The year, August 1777. Philadelphia has fallen to the British. The Continental Congress is fleeing westward into the frontier region of Pennsylvania, crossing the Susquehanna River and landing here in Yorktown. This afternoon, we have Ben Neely, President and CEO of the York History Center. And Ben, tell us a little bit about the time when the Continental Congress was holding session in Yorktown and what we have in front of you.
Okay. Well, that is one of the pieces of history that we really celebrate here in York. It means a lot to us. The Second Continental Congress fleeing Philadelphia, first to Lancaster, and then realizing that they were still very exposed there, and then relocating a little further west, putting the river between themselves and the British Army, and came here to Yorktown. And when they did, they met in our courthouse, which was in the center square.
Which we have a photo of.
That is a replica courthouse that was built, and we run tours through it today. It was built by the Bicentennial Commission.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, and I should say that is actually built off the actual dimensions of the courthouse, so the foundations, which is still under the street in Continental Square here in New York.
Wow.
Yeah, and we had great drawings and depictions of the structure, and they were able to make this incredible replica for us.
So the Continental Congress decides to come to York. What was York like at the time?
York is a frontier town. It is not the ritz and elegance of a Philadelphia. It didn't have the resources of a Philadelphia. So having the Continental Congress here, that put a tremendous strain on this town. And so there was simultaneously excitement about this. This was a very patriotic town that fully committed to the cause, but it also caused a lot of tension between these people that live a more rustic lifestyle, interacting with these folks that are incredibly wealthy, coming out of Philadelphia, wearing clothes that the likes of the people here
never had seen before.
Right? So yeah, it must have been a striking thing to see the delegates begin to arrive here.
So when the delegates arrive in September, a month or so, a few weeks after the British take Philadelphia, they begin to hold sessions in the county courthouse. They do. And what do they begin to work on? What's the work that's ahead of them?
One of the projects they have in front of them is the ongoing debate about what was the government, what was the shape, what was the structure going to be? And this had been something that had been elusive to them for nearly a year. But by November, they actually adopted it. November 15th, 1777, at the courthouse here in York, is where they finally had all delegates agreeing to the provisions in the Articles of Confederation.
So what do we have here then in front of you?
We have a very early 1777 edition of the Articles of Confederation. These were being printed in order to distribute so that they could then share what this form of government was going to be. One of the incredible things about this is the first official document that is referring to our country as the United States of America. So this is our very first Constitution.
This is the birth of the nation in a way.
It very much is,
from a legal perspective.
Yes.
Right.
And so it was adopted in 1777, but it wasn't ratified until 1781. It then had to make its way through the states, the new states, to formally ratify it. And the last holdout was our neighbors in Maryland.
In Maryland, right. So what is this then?
This is a printing press. This printing press is a replica of the Hall and Sellers press that the Continental Congress brought with them from Philadelphia.
Okay.
They still had to keep printing things for the government, and things like, including money, currency, was printed on that press. And so it was a very important tool for them to continue to have with them. That was their voice to the people.
So in essence, the printing press was so important that if they did not have their printing press, they wouldn't have been able to have distributed the articles in the way they did.
That's correct, yes.
Yeah.
And our copy was printed on a press in Lancaster,
Okay.
right nearby, and not on the seller's press, but it was an incredible tool here.
So this is a little bit of the story and the stories that you can learn more about by visiting the York History Center and their incredible museum.
Thank you.
And Ben, thank you so much for being with us this afternoon.
Happy to be with you, Mike.
Yeah.